Good morning and welcome to your 10 at 10. Today's December 6th, 2022. Today we're going to talk about how to find an agent for a referral. If you've ever had a client or somebody out of your sphere or even a random call that says, hey, I want to live here. Or maybe you have a client that is going to be just relocating and you're able to help them sell their house here, but you need to find an agent somewhere else. I'm going to show you how to do that. And probably how to have a conversation with that other agent to find out exactly whether they're going to be a good fit for your client, and and then lastly, how to actually make some money out of that conversation, because that's kind of why we're in business. So at least that's one of the reasons why we're in business. We go to share screen here. Boom. Can you see my screen? Yes?
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right, let's go here. And we're going to log into the Next Home portal, right? And we're going to log into our home screen. Hi, Don. And let's see here. It always takes a little longer when we're on Zoom, so I should have had it pulled up, I guess, but not a big deal. We're going to go down here to Office Search. So you can see there are Next Home offices everywhere in America, and you gotta love that. At least I do. So let's see, we gotta do a little something here because our thing is blocking us here. Get rid of that too. I don't know if you guys can see all of that or not, but let's see. We're going to make this a little bit smaller again. See if we can drag it like this. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to, we have a couple of different ways to do this, right? If we know where somebody wants to move, we can just zoom into the map here and say somebody wants to move to Missouri, right? Or Springfield, Missouri. All we have to do is really click on this and, hey, Mike Scott. I do know Mike Scott, and no, he's not from the office. Although he kind of looks like him a little bit, right? Another way to search for an office is to simply, type in the city or the state. Let's say somebody's looking at Yellowstone, right? And somebody says, hey, I want to move to Montana, right? It automatically takes us right to Montana. We can zoom in on Montana and say, oh yeah, hey, somebody's been watching Yellowstone and I hear a lot about Bozeman. Let's click on Bozeman. Let's talk to Sarah Antonucci. And so finding a Next Home agent or broker isn't a problem, right? So when we click on an office here, that's going to give you the broker's name, the broker owner of the brokerage. So what you want to do is you want to call, well, I guess you could have it, send an email conversation, but I always prefer to call. And I would call Sarah and I would say, hey, Sarah, my name's Tom. I'm with Next Home Champions in Holland, Michigan, or Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I have a client that wants to move to Bozeman. We don't want to get beat up by Beth or anybody else, on the Yellowstone crew, but my client loves the show. She wants to learn more about the area. She wants to buy a house, probably in the $700,000 to $800,000 range. Is that something you or one of your agents can help with? Right. And then I would have a couple of different questions ready to interview that agent, right? Like, how long have you been in business? What's the most important thing to helping a buyer in the area? What are some things that you can tell me about the area that our client's going to love doing? And you really want to have a couple of different measures. You want to know whether they're competent, right? Whether they know the area and have a competency in that particular home and area that you're looking in, because you don't really want to connect your client with a brand new agent that doesn't know anything, right? That's a big deal for me. I want to make sure if I'm putting my own reputation on the line, I want to make sure that I'm staking it to somebody that is a very quality, person. So there's the competency aspect. And then if you know anything about the client, making sure there's a good personality fit there is important as well. And if it's not, if one of those things doesn't match up, it doesn't hurt to call Sarah back and say, hey, Sarah, I'm sorry, I don't think this is going to be a fit. Do you have anybody else there that would, be able to help? And here's what my client is like. My client's an engineer and they're very analytical, and that person probably was, on the other side of the personality spectrum. Do you have anybody else that might fit a little bit better? And when you're talking to the broker, it's an easier conversation to have because typically they have a greater perspective than an agent that's only been an agent the way they've only been an agent. So that's an important thing. And then the other question to ask, right, is about a referral fee. Hey, would you mind paying a referral fee? Typically, it's anywhere between 20 and 40%. Usually for a next home agent, I will, ask for 30% or 25%, depending on how well I know that agent or that broker that's going to be taking care of the business. And then once that's been established, and most of them will pay 30%, it really isn't a problem. Just like if somebody's calling you, will you pay 30% to take on a client? Heck yeah, you almost always will. So anyhow, then all you have to do is draft a simple, referral agreement that just says, hey, that brokerage agrees to pay this brokerage a referral fee of 30%, within, 7 days of closing, da, 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 da. And we have those forms here at the office, and all you have to do is let me know and we'll get one over to you. But that's really how that goes down. A lot of times when we market to our sphere, I know a lot of our agents have heard, oh, if only you lived in Bozeman, Montana, you could have helped me. Oh, you know what? We have Sarah over there in Bozeman, and she's a great person. And yeah, we can help you. And all of a sudden, sometimes it takes a lot of those, people that would just, not be able to be helped by us. It helps us reel them back in, and actually helps them, gives them a great quality agent to work with out there, because we know more about interviewing agents than most of our clients do. And so they get something out of it, and we get something out of it too. And I think that's a really cool thing. Anyhow, hope you're having a great day, and do your best to make today awesome.